Hello there, and welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Maria Legier, and here I am, breaking the chains of regularly scheduled uploading to bring you this quick announcement, as well as to ask those of you who read or listen to my content fairly regularly a quick question. In a few months' time, aiming at November, I will be publishing a collection of poetry. Well, I call it poetry. Probably it is prose presented as poetry in order to give myself some pretentious credibility within the literary world. Granted, this being a postmodernist society, anything is art and anything is poetry as long as the artist or poet points at it and labels it as such. All semantics aside though, it will be published as a collection of poetry. The title is Lonely Train Station Blues, Poems for the Lost Boys. The title, Lonely Train Station Blues, is the title of one of the poems within, a terrible labour of love which I laboured over for close to 3 months. A beast of some 4,000 words. An epic free-form poem written in the current year where no one in their right mind writes or for that matter reads epic poetry. Inspired by the likes of Dante Alighieri, John Milton and Charles Bukowski. If you can believe that. I can't. But that is besides the point. This poem is one that I am fairly pleased with, even if I do say so myself, which tend to mean that no one else will enjoy it. The topics explored is much in the vein as my other writings, though with more of an emphasis on the personal and the individual. That is, my personal and my individual experiences, with some slightly spiritual stuff thrown in there for good measure, as I stumbled upon the spiritual path some years back and am just about as confused with that as I am with everything else in this weird and wacky world of ours. Best to just walk it with a smile and a raised middle finger, I think. It will be published through Amazon, as my funds don't allow for anything but that. Just as Howling at the Slutwalk Moon was published. One digital, one paperback. The difference being that, barring 1 or 2 instances, nothing in this book is published previously. As I am wary of keeping anything behind a paywall, I plan on releasing each and every poem in the book at a monthly basis, for your reading or listening pleasure. That is, 1 poem a month after the book has been out for some time. Not entirely decided on how long to wait before I start publishing them, so that will be something I have to consider. It will not interfere with my regular upload schedule, which is once or twice a week depending on the length of the beast I am writing and the amount of research needed and so and such. Now, I am aware that poetry won't make me money. It will, in fact, only make me mad. I am not expecting many sales on it, is what I'm saying. Yet, in order to torture my poor and tortured artist's soul some more, I will release it into the wild. Because why the hell not? There can be no more harm in that than there is in what I have already released into the wild. Work is also moving forward, albeit slowly, on a book chronicling my experiences with psychosis and psychopharmaceuticals and the personal transformation and eventual red pilling that came as a result of that. I am about halfway through a rough draft. This is one that I plan to release in a similar manner, though that will not be until sometime mid or late 2020. I have a few ideas for other books as well in the red pill philosophy vein, in the men's advocacy vein. None of which will interfere with my regular upload schedule, but all of which are too big in scope to be blog posts first and foremost. They will require more structure than that. These will also be published in the same way, with the book first, then each chapter at a monthly basis after such and such a time. That would be all the announcements. Now, for the question. A very simple question for those brave and heroic few who watch or read my content on a regular basis, all 20 or 30 of you. Of course, I jest, based on the size of my channel and my blog and what few views I get. I very much appreciate you taking the time to read or listen to my ramblings. I think it is very humbling that you find enjoyment in these things that I do, and so I would very much value your input. And the question is a simple one, as these things go. Are there any particular subjects you would like me to write about? Not that I am running out of things to write about. Quite the contrary. Suggestions are a damned good thing to have and to receive. And that is that. Until next time, take care. Thank you very much for watching. Here follows an outro most befitting a video of this nature, a blatant attempt at virtual panhandling. Should you wish to support this channel, as well as my blog and any further endeavours this strange path will take me on, there are a few ways you can do that. The easiest would be to like, share and subscribe, as well as clicking the sometimes functional notification bell. Having the message, such as it is, manspread and mansplained far and wide will do wonders. You could also support my rambling and barely contained insanity by buying my books, which are linked below. More books will be made available as time allows. I also have a Redbubble shop, linked below, where you can buy prints in various forms of some of the artwork presented in my videos. Or you can contact me through the contact form on my blog for original artwork, commissions or prints direct from the source, so to speak. Until next time, I am your humble bearded bard, Morea Legier, man spreading majestically beneath the steel sky of doom.